It may be, it looks like it's a 20, maybe Mitch Good. Not quite sure. If he receives the ball, I'll try to get that number for you. Can't see from this angle what that number is, but it's most likely going to be, no, it's going to be Worsham that gets the ball. Worsham up to the 25, cuts over to the 30, spins at the 35, gets out to the 36-yard line. Good return there by Chasen Worsham for the Westwood Wildcats. And Will Warren comes up to make the stop for the SGA Warriors. And the Westwood Wildcats start the second half with the football, trailing by 1 point, 21-20. Boy, just when it looks like they had everything going offensively, they would score, take the lead, and SGA would answer. So it's been everything you would want out of a early season football game here. Both teams have looked pretty good most of the time. Got off to a little short start, a little sloppy start. Pass is complete to Caleb Morrell, and Morrell is going to be, he's going to pick up the first down, I believe. It looks like they marked it up, about an 11-yard pickup out beyond the 46. In all reality, the football is resting between the 46 and 47-yard line, Westwood's own 46 and 47-yard line, 46 and a half we'll call it. That will move the chains and give the Cats the first down. Caleb Morrell will go wide to the left side. Coming wide to the near side is Douglas Nobles, a senior for the Cats, flanked by two blocking backs. Worsham will hand off. J.T. Edor gets the call, gets out to midfield. It's a pickup of close to 4 on the first down play for the Westwood Wildcats. Clock runs, and we were talking on this humid night, we're kind of hoping to see a lot of running from both of these teams so we can maybe have a short game, because I know as much as the humidity seems to be affecting in the stands and the press box, you just got to only imagine what it would be like to be out there on the field with the pads and helmets on in this high humidity, and that's, of course, why they take a lot of those breaks for water throughout the game. A couple of receivers wide to the near side, one to the top side over across the way. Worsham in trouble. He's going to tuck it up and run. May have got it back to the original line of scrimmage at about the 46 and a half. I think actually he's going to be short of that, so it's going to bring up third and about 10 and a half, as it looks like they're going to mark it on the 46-yard line of Westwood. So when you're wanting to try to get things going and get a little bit of rhythm to your offense, it's not what you want to see, a loss on second down where you have to turn right back around and look at a third and long. Would have been much better to be looking at third, 3, 2, 4, somewhere along in there, something. This is, of course, something the Cats can pick up. And there is a timeout, and they are going to call illegal participation. An illegal substitution against the Wildcats. So who came out, though? Did you? Or is there too many? There's 11 out there. I didn't see anybody coming out of the game after the huddle, so how could that be? They've got to wave this off, and they do. Yeah. Yeah, they called illegal participation, which would have meant that 12 people huddled up and one came off the field after the huddle, or that there were too many men on the field. There were 11 on the field. There was nobody that came out of the game, so I was kind of puzzled about that, and they do indeed pick the flag up and wave it off, so Westwood will huddle up again, now bring it to the line of scrimmage. No penalty. It's going to be third, about 10 and a half needed for a first down. Worsham, flanked by blocking backs, takes the snap, comes to the near side, sets up to throw, finds a man, has it. Caleb Morrell, first down Westwood. First down Westwood, knocked out of bounds at the Warrior 33-yard line. Worsham hits Caleb Morrell. I got excited when Caleb found out over the summer that Caleb Morrell was going to be joining the Westwood Wildcat football team. Last year, the one of the quarterbacks. They had two quarterbacks that they used down at Pelham, and when he found out he was coming up here to Westwood, of course we all knew the quarterback situation. He might be a good backup in case Mason, like a couple of years ago, gets injured. But the quarterback situation was firmly intact here at Westwood, so the obvious thing was to send him out wide to catch some passes, and he has done so tonight. There is a timeout on the field, and we're going to hold it right here because I think it was we didn't see it because Will Warren was shaken up, but he was down here on the Westwood sideline, so we couldn't see him. And he is up. It looks like he's hopping just a little bit, but he's going to be back in the ball game. He's running across the field under his own power, so he'll be back in the game in just a few minutes, I'm sure. So the Cats, looking at a 3rd and long, picked up the first down, and now they're looking at 1st and 10. A much better situation down here at the 33-yard line of SGA. 2 receivers wide to either side. Going to give it off to Daniel Hayes, and Hayes is going to bounce off. Flags come in late as he gets down to the 31-yard line. Let's see what that's going to be. Unfortunately, behind the runner like that, I'm afraid it's going to go against the Cats and probably holding. So let's see what the call is going to be. Nope, personal foul, face mask, and it's going to go against SGA. The crowd was holding their breath because most of us pretty much have seen that movie before and figured it was going to be a holding call coming in behind the runner like that. But and with it being the personal foul variety, it's going to be the big penalty, and that will give Westwood another first down. And just like there was an SGA drive in the first half that was kept alive by penalties, Westwood getting a little help by way of the penalty. Are they going to mark it off again? Or they signaled it again, and they actually said the penalties have now offset. There are penalties that offset. So, well, we didn't get the yardage, but we get to play first down again. So, we'll take that. Would have liked to have had the yardage. Would like to have the clock running, too. Man. Should be a humidity rule. Hook a big fan up to blow air across us that's also hooked to the clock and keep them both turned on. Let's see. Now we're ready to go. Cats huddled up. They'll come to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 1st and 10. Let's reset it for you. About the 33-yard line of SGA. Receivers to either side. Blocking backs on either side of Worsham. Takes the snap. Drops back a couple of steps. Fires downfield. It's going to be incomplete. Runner down there made the cut across the field. Looked like kind of late, and his progress was blocked a little bit as he was having to come across the defender. It was intended for Mason Jones, and I can't quite see who that was covering. I want to say it was Van Harrell, a senior for SGA. That when he went to make the cut, he was on the inside of the receiver and just would not let Jones make the move to the ball like he wanted to. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Football just on the outer side, actually, of the 33-yard line with 8:16 left to go in the 3rd quarter. We're trailing 21-20. SGA 21, Westwood 20. This time, Chasen Worsham gets the handoff from Mason Worsham. Now we'll cut back, and he's still going down to the 10-yard line. Looks like about the 9 for the Westwood Wildcats. Great run there by Chasen Worsham, and that'll pick up another Cat first down, and they're down here knocking on the door. Looks like we're going to get set to try to take the lead from the SGA Warriors and hope that this time the defense can hold them. 7-yard line, 1st and goal from the 7-yard line for the Westwood Wildcats. With the clock stopped with 8 minutes and 2 seconds left to go, 3rd quarter. Now they crank it. Now the Cats ready to go. Up on the line, receivers to either side, 2 blocking backs on either side of Mason Worsham. Set to take the snap, takes the snap, gives the handoff. JT Edor gets the call. JT Edor, second effort, down close to the goal line. Touchdown, Westwood. Wow, it looked like they had stopped. It looked like they had stopped him right there at the line of scrimmage. Great second effort by J.T. Edor, and he scores the touchdown for the Westwood Wildcats on a 7-yard run with 7:37 left to go in the third quarter. So the Cats back up on top, this time 25-21. And a long wait here as we're getting ready. Worsham will hold, and Caleb Morrell will kick it. And it's no good. So the score will stand 25-21 with 7:37 left to go in the third quarter. Back in 30 seconds on the official voice of high school football in Mitchell County, Q92.3. 61 and 80 yards, two big pass plays that SGA has hung up on us here tonight in the first quarter. That's helped them in this football game tonight. Caleb Morrell's kick is away, taken inside the 10. The return out beyond the 20 to about the 24, and with 7:30 left to go in the third quarter, that's where SGA will set up 1st and 10. Well, football season and our broadcast is in full swing starting tomorrow night, as we will have 6 hours of high school football programming here on the official voice of high school football in Mitchell County, Q92.3, and of course worldwide on MitchellCountyGA.com. We start with the countdown to kickoff at 6 o'clock, followed by our pregame show at 7, the kickoff of Mitchell County versus Westover at 7:30, and then the Georgia High School scoreboard show immediately following our game of the week. That's tomorrow night here on Q92.3. Dylan Driver, a senior at quarterback, looking downfield, has a man, completes it, and he gets away, and it's another big pass play. This time, though, we will stop him short of a touchdown, but they will, in one swift move down the field inside the 35-yard line to set up 1st and 10. And, boy, we are getting killed by these big passes by SGA. So it's 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. I'll tell you what, he did not get behind us that time, but he just plain out pulled away from the first attempt to bring him down. So we could not make the tackle that time. They put a man in motion, and the quarterback will sort of follow the motion man, then turn it upfield and gets the football down inside the 32-yard line. Looks like at first look that it is a pickup of somewhere in the order of 4 yards on the play. Little move the down marker, and I'll give you that. It is a gain of a long 3, so it's going to be 2nd and 7 coming up for SGA. Got a receiver wide to the right side. Slot man over on the right side as well. Receiver wide to the left. Driver back to pass. He is looking end zone. Their little push, and they're going to get away with a little push. He pushed the defender away and then caught the pass for the touchdown. And it is a 32-yard touchdown pass. But I tell you what, if Joel got that one, you need to look at the replay, because he pushed the defender off in the end zone. There's no doubt about it. Boy, they got away with one there. You don't think that was a push? Oh, okay. So it's in the rule. Shove's okay. Shove's okay. Okay, I've been corrected. Shove's okay. That was a shove. I thought it was a push. My mistake. I tell you what, it was, they pick up the ball. I don't know if it was planned. They're going to go for 2. It's loose, and it's not going to be the point. The conversion is no good. So the score will stand 27-20. Is it 26? 27-26. So SGA is still in the lead here. But boy, I tell you what, we've had a back-and-forth game, and the coaching staff here on the Westwood sideline is still upset, trying to convince the officials that they missed that one, and I believe they did too. Let's take a 30-second timeout to be back on the official voice of high school football in Mitchell County, Q92.3. That really, I was looking right at it, and there's no doubt he got a little bit of separation there by using his hands. So you want to call it a push, a shove. Basketball, it would be called a hand check. But he got a little bit of separation between them, and evidently it was not enough for the official to feel like it was pass interference. So SGA has just really been killing us with the pass here tonight. Kick is away, and Kayla Morrell scoops it up out of the dirt, runs forward beyond the 30 to about the 31.5-yard line, and that's where Westwood will set up 1st and 10 with 5:49 left to go in the third quarter of action here at Centennial Stadium. Man, what a great one we've had here tonight. It was a little sloppy to begin with, but really we've had a lot of action. If you like a close football game with lots of lead changes, we've had it here for you tonight. Of course, the Wildcat fan in me would like to see the Wildcats get a little bit of a shove or push and get a little separation on that scoreboard. But right now, trailing it by a point with the football in the hand of the Westwood Wildcats. Worsham will complete the ball and complete the pass. And it goes to number 55, who's going to be close to a first down, Jamie Davis, on the receiving end of that. And where they spot it, it may be short by just a little bit, just that much. So it's going to be 2nd and inches coming up for the Westwood Wildcats as the Cats huddle up in the vicinity of the 34-yard line. Are the officials, it looks like they're going to bring the chains out and they're going to measure it. They take a timeout. We will hold it right here. They are taking a water break, so we will take a quick 30-second timeout. Maybe they'll tell us. I think it's going to be short, and I think we have found out it is. Let's hold it right here. Nope, they got it. So it's going to be a first down when we come back in 30 seconds on the official voice of high school football in Mitchell County, Q92.3. 6 o'clock. Our game of the week is going to be Mitchell County Westover, and then the scoreboard show follows that. Westwood, 1st and 10. Worsham back to pass, pumps once, now fires downfield. Oh, in and out of hands of the intended receiver in the vicinity of the 35-yard line. And I think that was Jamie Davis, yes. Jamie Davis, that was the intended receiver. And if he had pulled that one down, that would have been a nice pickup there for the Cats. But at any rate, it goes incomplete with 5:10 left to go. We're in the third quarter. And, of course, the clock stops on that incomplete pass. So looking at a 2nd and 10 for the Westwood Wildcats. A week from tonight, a Thursday night game over in Chula, as these Cats will take over Tift Area Academy again against another AA team. This time JT Edor, and Edor is going to be caught in the backfield and brought down at the 37-yard line. Let's see, it's number 27, David Ponder on the stop, a 10th grader for SGA, making the stop. So it's going to be a loss of several. 3rd and about 14. Back at the 38-yard line for the Westwood Wildcats. So all of a sudden, the offense that was moving forward looks like it is now running into just a little bit of a problem. Got a 3rd and long situation. Of course, last time this happened, we were able to pick up the first down. And also remember that the Cats have had 1 touchdown taken off the board tonight. Back over to the near side. Worsham competes to Worsham. Looks like a screen pass to the near side. Worsham is going to break loose, pick up the first down inside the 35-yard line. They'll mark him out on the SGA 34-yard line. Westwood picks up the first down on the SGA 34-yard line. Mason Worsham completes the screen pass to Chasen Worsham, and off he goes running to pick up that first down. And let's see, have we got somebody down here, or we got a timeout on the field? Looks like there could be a timeout. We'll take it as well. 30-second timeout. There's an injured Warrior on the sideline, so a quick 30-second timeout. Back in a moment on the official voice of high school football in Mitchell County, Q92.3. Westwood looking at 1st and 10 after the timeout, and they will pick up very, very little yardage. And I was double checking on that because I think I may have told you 25 we had, and then 26, and there is a ball bout, but the score is 27-26. So I've erroneously given you the score when I quickly glanced at it. That is an official update of the score. SGA 27, Westwood 26. The score. Westwood did pick up about, a very short 2 yards, so they're looking at second and a long 8, almost 9 yards on second down play. Worsham takes the count, and on the snap, the flags come out, so I'm going to have to say probably a procedure. Unless, dare we hope that SGA lined up offsides. We'll wait for the signal here, coming momentarily, and it is SGA lining up offsides. So wishes, dreams too come true. Wishes do come true. Ask for a Warrior to line up offsides, and ye shall get it. And that picks up 5 yards by way of the penalty for the Westwood Wildcats. So it's now 2nd and 4 with the football inside the 30. Let's call it, just a touch inside the 28, looks like to me, with 2:52 left to go, third quarter action. So that's much better than 3rd and long that we had a while ago. Although Westwood seems to be doing good on 3rd down conversions. Going to go to the air, has a man, completes it, and some more yardage after the catch. Another first down and inside the 10. Let me see if I can get that number for you. I think it is Douglas Nobles. So what do you say, 9 or 8? 8-yard line. Okay. I was saying 9 or 8. I couldn't make up my mind using strictly the down marker and the pylon for the goal line. And so we're going to say 8. 1st and goal from the 8. But they're definitely down here knocking on the door. Worsham will go up directly under center, sends a man in motion, flags come out, and I'm afraid that time it's going to be a legal procedure against the Westwood Wildcats. So 9 or 8 will become maybe they lined up offsides again. That would be cool if that happened twice in a row. And it is against them. I have not seen the signal yet, but they are marking off half the distance to the goal. So instead of 9 or 8, I was going to add 5 to it. We subtract half the distance to the goal, so it gets down inside the 5-yard line for sure. Worsham up to the line of scrimmage, directly under center, sends the man in motion, and will hand off to J.T. Edor. Edor in for the touchdown. And the Westwood Wildcats have taken the lead back in this seesaw football game tonight that is the Flint River rivalry at Centennial Stadium in Camilla. 32-27, your Westwood lead over SGA as we await the extra point. And I hope I can remember what order these came in when I go to recap the scoring for you at the end of the football game. They're lining up for two. Sends a man in motion. Worsham directly under center. Rolling right. Looking in the end zone. Has people waving at him saying, throw it to me. And he connects with one of them. And that is... That is Mason Jones on the receiving end of that two-point conversion. So it's now 34-27 in favor of the Westwood Wildcats. Timeout on the field. We'll be back with the kickoff after this on the official voice of high school football in Mitchell County, Q92.3. Team that comes up with a stop usually wins the football game, and this may be the case here tonight, that the first defense that can come up with a stop might win this thing. Morrell's kick is going to be low, and there are flags and whistles. So bring it back, and we'll see what this is. Most likely it's offsides against us, so it's going to back it up to the 35-yard line and re-kick. Maybe he'll get a better kick this time. May have been planning that, but it was not very high in the air at all. And not very deep. But they may have purposely not wanted it up high so there could be a big return. Because again, we're in a situation here where we're hoping for a Wildcat stop at least some point here in the second half. And maybe if we can continue to put points on the board and make a defensive stop, then that'll give a lead that could at this point be insurmountable. Then the way this thing's going, who knows? Morrell this time gets a bit of a line drive, a little more distance on it on the second kick, even though it was further back. But it's going to be a big return by Will Warren. Will Warren, a name for SGA that we've called out several times tonight. And the return comes out to the 42-yard line, where SGA will set up 1st and 10 with 1:32, and they're in their comfort zone because they scored with 6.6 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and they scored with 10.5 seconds left to go in the second quarter. So they're closing in under a minute coming up here in just about 33 seconds. So they're in their comfort zone with less than a minute left to go. Let's see if we can stop them from scoring with seconds left in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Got folks stacked up over on the wing on the left side that time, and they're going to run it that way, so they had them over there to block, and it's going to be 45 that carries the ball. Colby Stills, or Still, not plural, with no S on the end of it, only the S at the beginning, and he is a 10th grader for the SGA Warriors, and he picks up a little bit more, inches more than 5 yards on the play, so it's going to be 2nd and 5 coming up. And it is football resting on about the 48-yard line. SGA on their own 48-yard line, coming up with the second down play. Down under a minute. Clock ticking away. 55, 54, 53. We mentioned that they scored this time period in the last two quarters. What will happen in the third? They are going to hand it off straight up the middle, pick up about 4 yards on the play. It's going to be about a yard shy, I think. Maybe less than that when they stack it up. Clock continues to run. And the officials are, I think, looking at it, and the officials will take a timeout with 27.5 seconds left. Are they going to call for a measurement? They are going to call for a measurement. Come on, you guys are closer than that. You closer than we are. You can make the call. They're going to measure, and it looks like they're also going to take this opportunity with 27.5 seconds left to get a swig of water. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout and be back on the official voice of high school football in Mitchell County, Q92.3. He has gotten them a little bit of liquid refreshment, and now back to the trenches to continue on with the football game here. 27.5 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And out of shotgun formation, surprisingly, with just inches left to go, they are going to take the snap. Quarterback is going to be bottled up in the backfield. He gets loose, but he is going to end up losing about a yard on the play, and I don't understand that at all. Wow. Out of shotgun first. Defense got some good penetration there, and then he had no chance to get back to the line of scrimmage at all. So when we come back, it is going to be fourth down, and SGA has a decision to make out here at midfield, but that's the end of the third quarter. It's 34-27 in favor of the Westwood Wildcats. Back in a moment on the official voice of high school football in Mitchell County, Q92.3. Well, that'll be good if they let them start there. They have just switched ends of the field. They have not moved it, so now I know they're going to move it. Yeah, I'm sure they weren't going to let that one go. All of a sudden, they were looking like they were going to have to go, 60-something yards for a touchdown when they were deep in Westwood territory. So now that would have been a good penalty with Westwood net gaining about 30 yards on it, but they are going to move it into the right position. Just had to do a little bit of talking there, I guess, discussing the penalty before they move the football and make sure everything's right. So the officials were on top of it, but it just looked like for a second the teams were raring to go, and they hadn't officially, they had switched ends of the field but not moved the football in the position it should be. Now SGA has it on the Westwood 36-yard line. 1st and 10, driver out of shotgun formation, has everybody bunched up over here, kind of like a wide man, a wing outside, a wing to the inside. Strange formation. They ran to that power last time. This time they're going to pass. Westwood intercepts. Westwood has it. 1st and 10 for the Westwood Wildcats. Mason Worsham, I believe it is, pulled it up out of the dirt. Let me see if I can get that number for you for sure. It may have been somebody else. Who did you see get it? 23. Okay, I didn't get the number right. It is Mitch Good. Mitch Good on the interception, and the Westwood Wildcats, all of a sudden, that may be the stop we needed here tonight. It looked like we had not been able to stop them, and they have had an answer every time we've scored, but we've had an answer every time they've scored. Now there's your stop. If we can move the ball down the field and score, we can put a little separation on the scoreboard here now that we're in the fourth quarter. It's 11:51 left to go in regulation time in the football game. Worsham with the football at quarterback. Westwood with the football. Blocking backs flank him. They're going to hand it off to JT Edor, and Edor gets it out beyond the 25. It looks like maybe about the 26, best I can tell right now. Pickup of a short 3, and 2nd and 7 coming up for the Cats, and the clock continues to tick away. Now, this is where we'd like to see a good long championship type drive to eat up most of the clock and cap it with a score here. Leading 34-27, Westwood just got the stop with the interception, and now they're moving the football, but they are deep in their own territory right now. They're going to hand it off this time to Worsham. Worsham is going to come to the near sideline and is thrown out of bounds. He's collared out of bounds. A horse collar tackle going out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. He will pick up the first down, and they're going to tack some more yards to the end of that run for the Westwood Wildcats. And we are now getting the breaks that seem to go against us in the early part of this game. Some of those penalties that was helping SGA keep their drive alive, and now helping advance the ball here for us. Let's make sure that's the call. Personal foul. Face mask is the call. It's the personal foul type, so it'll be a big penalty. And marked off in the vicinity of the 41-yard line. They actually stepped inside the 40, it looked like, to start counting. So that'll bring it up to the 49 and across the 50 down to just the nose of the football would be on the 46-yard line if it were at the hash mark. So just on the outer side of the SGA, we've crossed the 50. Now we're now into SGA territory, and it looks like there is a timeout on the field. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout and be back on the official voice of high school football in Mitchell County, Q92.3. Back from us, we had an interception, great interception by Mitch Good to dig it out of the grass and get the Westwood Wildcats the stop we've been looking for. And now if they can just cap that with capping this drive with some points and take a 14-point lead, it'd be the biggest lead, I think, for either team tonight. Worsham out of shotgun, flanked by blocking backs. Looking, across the middle, pass is incomplete. It was intended, I believe, for Jamie Davis. Make sure I got that right. Yeah, Jamie Davis. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Just outside the SGA 46-yard line. Just a few yards into SGA territory here tonight. And didn't see that flag either, but there is an illegal procedure penalty. That's going to back it up out of Warrior territory, rather, into Wildcat territory, just outside or just inside the 49-yard line. They're going to look at 2nd and 15. What was the first down play? I don't remember. Daniel Hayes is going to carry the ball and pick up about 7 yards. And so it's going to bring third and about 8. I don't know. In my simple mind, I was thinking that incomplete pass was the first down. If there was a penalty, it looked like they should have played first down over, but it's now 3rd and 8. So somewhere I missed a down in there. I apologize for that, but I thought that was not right. Yeah, it's supposed to be 2nd down. There we go. That's what I was wondering. It was incomplete pass, but we replayed it, and they had the marker on 2nd, and that's where I was going, where did I lose a down? They have reset it now, and it is indeed 2nd down, not 3rd down. So that's what that stoppage in play. So thank you. Oh, man. Had a man open, but let him just a little bit too much, and Morrell couldn't get a hand on it, so it's going to be now 3rd and a long 8. Yeah, I was looking at it and going after the penalty. We're looking at, 2nd and 15, and I couldn't figure out where I had lost the down there. Whew. Man. I have to hand it to these officials. I mean, they made it right, even though we thought that was 2nd down going to 3rd down. They backed it up and made it 2nd down like it should have been. Westwood is going to be looking at a 3rd and long, and they're going to take a timeout. Now, they've been good all night on 3rd and long, so let's see what can happen this time when we come back on the official voice of high school football in Mitchell County, Q92.3. Versus Westover tomorrow night. Westwood is ready to go. Now SGA gets their defense in ready, and we're set to go. Worsham will take the snap, backs up a couple of steps, looking, is going to take off and run, is going to spin and get to the 41, and that's all he's going to get, and he needed to get to about the 37, but there is a late flag that comes in, and just like any rivalry, we've had a lot of activity after the whistle, and this may be another case where Westwood is going to benefit from that, and that will pick them up the first down. And when I mentioned that they were good at picking up 3rd and long pretty much tonight, we've pretty much done it on the field, but if we have to, we'll take this one by way of the penalty. They are going to talk about it, and now they are going to tell us what it is. And it's unsportsmanlike conduct against the Warriors. So it was definitely activity after the whistle, unsportsmanlike called against the Warriors, and that will mark off some yardage from the 41 down inside the 40, and it will be definitely a first down for the Westwood Wildcats. So take it any way you can get it. It's going to be on the 26-yard line. Westwood with the football on the 26-yard line, down to 9:17. 9:17. When I said 9:17, I thought it was like an echo. I'm looking down here. That was when in the first quarter, the first score of tonight's game came at 9:17 in the first quarter. It, however, was SGA. I would really, really, really like to see Westwood put some points on the board here and open up the biggest lead of the night. Of course, I'm sure we're going to see something out of SGA in way of a hurry-up offense. They're going to give it to Worsham. Chase and Worsham has it. Worsham down the sideline, still going, and he is going to step out of bounds, they say. Is there a flag? There are flags behind him, so that's going to come out. It's going to be holding against Westwood, as he was awful close down there to scoring. I think one official had him stepping out in the neighborhood of the 12, but there's a flag back here in the neighborhood of the 26, so that's probably where the stepping off will begin, and you figure it out from there. Actually, they started marking from the 25 back, so well, just inside the 25. It will end up just inside the 35s. It will be a first down again, though, so they will replay the down. This time it's going to be first down and 20, as holding was the call. Holding the call against the Westwood Wildcats on that big run by Chase and Worsham for the Cats. So this time, one blocking back flanks Mason Worsham to the left side. Worsham back to pass. Little pressure coming. Finds a man. Oh, in and out of the hands. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Mitch Good. And man, oh man, he had a little bit of grass between him and whenever he was going to end up. I think he had at least a good 10, 15 yards ahead of him, maybe more if he had caught that one. That was one of those cases, you know, you've heard people say and players say, you know, just too wide open. Didn't quite look it in there and make the catch before he was thinking about running, and it got away from him. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 20 from just inside the 35-yard line. Clock stops with 8:46, so we're doing a great job of it's back with 11 plus on the clock, so we're chomping down on this thing. If we can just get it in the end zone with very little clock. Worsham is going to take the snap, and he's going to run it, and he will get down to the 30-yard line, but that's going to be way, way short of first down. They are looking at, let's let them spot it, and I'll tell you for sure. They're looking at let's let them set the down marker. I've already forgot what down. 3rd down, that's it. 3rd down and 12 coming up. Football is inside the 30. Let's call it the 20. It looks like it's actually inside the 29 by just a touch. So got 12 yards. But now this deep, I would say this is 4-down territory for sure. So they got two downs to get this done. Don't have to be greedy and get it all, but you want to get a chunk of it with 3rd down and then come back and finish it off. Out of shotgun, Worsham takes the snap. A little bit of a low snap, gives it to Chase and Worsham. Worsham is going to be chased down. Looks like he was brought down, gets away, and then finally, great second effort, but he only picks up a couple of yards. Actually, maybe not a couple, but gets it down close to the 28-yard line. It looks like we got a Warrior that needs a little help to get up, but he's okay. He's going to walk it off, and that is the heretofore mentioned Will Warren for SGA that has been everywhere carrying the ball, making tackles. They will mark it on the 28.5-yard line, so it's going to be 4th and darn near 12. That was a lot of running on that play, but very little of it was the north and south type. Most of it was east and west, and the football ended up pretty much back where it started from on that play. Long talk here. And I think they're going to call a timeout. Took as much time as possible, and then Coach Worsham went over to the official signal. Timeout with 6:57 left to go in the football game. Back in a moment on the official voice of high school football in Mitchell County, Q92.3. Wood has a 7-point lead, leading it 34-27, and they have a football. Made that big stop with the Mitch Good interception a while ago. And, boy, Mitch Good may have put the icing on the cake a while ago if he could have pulled in that pass. He would have been pretty much down there close to the goal line at this point. Looking at 4th and 12. Worsham back to pass, looking, in trouble. He's going to go down at the 34-yard line, and the ball will go over on downs. But there is a penalty flag as everybody gets up. I think they're going to call holding against Westwood, and it'll be declined, and they will take over on downs. Well, they may have just been marking something with that flag, because I didn't see any type of signal whatsoever, and I don't know that there was a. Don't know what that was. Okay, forget I said it. Anyway, it does go over on downs just like we thought, just on the inside of the 34-yard line, SGA. So SGA answered our stop with a stop of their own. So we're right back where we were, SGA wanting to answer our touchdown from a while ago. So out of the shotgun formation, Driver takes the ball, gets it up to the 38-yard line before he is stopped there by a couple of Wildcats. Daniel Hayes, Jamie Davis making the stop there for the Westwood Wildcats. It is a pickup of 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6 for the SGA Warriors as the clock runs down to 6:26 left to go in the Flint River rivalry tonight at Centennial Stadium. Again, your Cats hanging on to a 34-27 lead. SGA with the football. Rivals that they are, they want to snatch this victory away from their longtime rivals, the Westwood Wildcats. Low snap. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Their quarterback, Driver goes down on the 30-yard line. It's a big loss of about 10 on the play. Big defensive play when Westwood needed it most. At least three Wildcats in the backfield, and there's a Wildcat that is slow to get up and a timeout on the field. We'll take a quick timeout as well and be back with the official voice of high school football in Mitchell County, Q92.3. Up on the play, but he got up, got to the sideline, so he'll be okay. Looks taking the helmet off and getting a little refreshment here. Just a little bit slow to get up. And, of course, with it being a hot August game, they're taking as much time, both of these teams, to get refreshed. The officials are blowing the whistle, encouraging them both to come on out. It's time to get back at it. 5:48 left to go in the football game. Westwood 34, SGA 27. SGA with the football. Big defensive play for the Westwood Wildcats prior to the timeout. And it's going to bring up 3rd and about 14. Football resting on the 22.5-yard line. Back to Driver. He's going to pass over the middle. Bobbles it, drops it. Incomplete pass. It's going to bring up 4th down for SGA. Could not hang on to it. He comes sweeping over the middle, took a little short pass, almost looked like it was some type of screen pass, but he just bobbled it and dropped it. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So what do you do? 5:43. Trailing by a touchdown. I think they got to punt it away. Surely they've got to punt it away. Hope that they can get the stop. Neither team could stop each other for the first part of this game hardly. And now all of a sudden back-to-back stops for the Westwood Wildcat defense. It was just an open arena-type football game at the beginning of this thing. Now all of a sudden it's turned into a defensive battle. And SGA is going to have to punt it away and hope their defense. It's a high snap. Boy, he gets it. A little bit of pressure. He gets it away. And And Morrell is going to chase it down, gets out by the 40, lunges forward beyond the 45 to about the 46. So Westwood will take over on their own 46-yard line. 1st and 10 with 5:30 left to go in the football game. And we've got a Warrior down, and we're going to take a quick timeout. 30 seconds to hear from one of our sponsors on the official voice of high school football in Mitchell County, Q92.3. Play another one. Play another. Dehydration problems would start to show up, and in this hot, humid night, I think both these teams have shown that they've had some pretty good conditioning in the preseason, and that's the first time that we had a player go down in cramps, and that is Garrett Van. He'll be okay. He got to the sideline for the SGA Warriors. Set to go. 1st and 10 for the Westwood Wildcats. 5:30 left to go in the football game. Worsham, your quarterback. He'll take the snap, and he'll hand it off, and Westwood will be lucky to get it back to the line of scrimmage. It's J.T. Edor carrying the ball, and he may have lost a half a yard on the play. I think they put it back. They were kind to put it back at the line of scrimmage, because I really think it got down to about a half a yard behind. Not what you needed on 1st down. Receivers wide to either side, blocking backs, flank Worsham on either side, takes the snap, finds Morrell. Morrell steadies himself with a hand to keep from going down and picks up a couple of more yards down to the 43-yard line. Very, very close to a 1st down. Boy, he almost went down at the 46-yard line, but did a great job of steadying himself by putting his hand on the carpet and came on down to pick up. It looks like to me he's got the 1st down. There's been no signal. I guess, are they going to measure it? Come on now. Okay, they say 2nd down and short. I say no way. I think they're inside a hash mark that the dang marker is sitting on. I don't see how they're saying that, but anyway, they say it that way, so it's going to be 2nd down and short. They're going to give it to Worsham. And this time, of course, it's going to be chasing Worsham. Heads outside, cuts back inside, picks up the 1st down, a little bit more inside the 40. Let's call it the 38. Let's move those chains this time. There is no doubt about it. It's a Westwood 1st down. And the good news is the clock continues to run, although it has stopped right now to move the chains, but it will start here shortly. Now, the good news is the clock continues to run. 3:30. I hate setting it up like that and then look up there and the clock has stopped. Of course, they had to stop it to move the chains, but then they reset it again. So that's good. Down to 3:20 left to go in the football game. Crowd on the near side coming to their feet, cheering for their Wildcats. It's going to be Worsham giving to J.T. Edor. Edor drags a Warrior with him inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line. It is a pickup, it looks like to me, of about 4 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Actually, a little bit more than that. Second, long side of 5.5, let's say. Sounds good that way. It's actually on the hash mark of the 34 of SGA. Westwood is with the 2nd down play coming up. They are sending 85 Douglas Nobles wide to the right side, and it's Caleb Morrell coming wide to the near side. That is Morrell, isn't it? Yeah, it is Morrell. And Worsham fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, straight up the middle, inside the 25 to about the 23, and it's another Westwood 1st down, and that's what you want. Let's keep moving this clock. Keep moving the clock, cap it. Westwood with a 7-point lead, and if they can score here, it'll be the biggest lead for either team of the night, and it will be the perfect time to have the biggest lead of the night. There is going to be a timeout on the field with 2:19 2:19 left to go in regulation time in the Flint River rivalry, with your Westwood Wildcats on top 34-27 on the official voice of high school football in Mitchell County, Q92.3. What's turned out to be a pretty good battle between those two schools, and we'll have that as our game of the week 2 weeks from tomorrow night. Edor is going to get the call inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line, and the clock will tick down to under 2 minutes in just a couple of seconds. There you go. Slowly but surely eating up the clock here, and all SGA can do is just kind of watch it. They, of course, do have all their timeouts, I believe. And I would have thought at some point, of course, you know, I don't know. I have to defer to a coach. Wouldn't you think they would have stopped it by now? They're gonna run a little short on time. Of course, now when you throw a 61 and an 80-yard pass earlier in the game, you don't really need a whole lot of time. Worsham is going to give it to Chasen Worsham, and Worsham is separated from his helmet before he's brought down, and he looks like he may still be down. And, in fact, he is down. He is not getting up. He is moving around, though, so it does look like that's good. But they rush out, and there will be a timeout on the field. We'll be back to report the situation to you, as there was a loss on the play and an injured Wildcat down. Back after this on the official voice of high school football in Mitchell County, Q92.3. You know, sometimes you think, like Westwood and Terrell is going to be the game to be at, and by the time it gets there, it's not. Let's see, Westwood with a third down play. JT Edor carries the ball, and he is close to the 10-yard line and very close to a first down. Let's see if he picked it up. Third down play. At the very least, we want to hang on to the football. And let's see, we've got a SGA Warrior down. Now, there's another question. If you're down, why wouldn't you stay down? That would have saved you from having to use one of those timeouts that you're not using for some reason. SGA finally calls for one of those 3 timeouts that they have. I don't know, but what they haven't waited is spent in the lead, 4th and inches, and here's going to be the deal. Can they pick up the first down and keep this drive going? Worsham, shotgun, takes the snap, looks downfield, looks in the end zone, and it is complete. And Morrell catches it down on the 1-yard line, it looks like. Caleb Morrell on the receiving end of that, so it will be a first down, and Westwood just has to fall across the goal line. I make it sound so easy. I'm sure that it's going to be, you know, it's much harder to get it in there from down there on the field than it is up here in the press box, but a score here will pretty much put this thing away. Out of the shotgun formation, got receivers wide to either side, blocking backs to either side of Worsham. They're going to give it to Daniel Hayes, and Hayes takes it the extra yard and scores the touchdown. Daniel Hayes with a 1-yard run with 20.4 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter to put the icing on the cake, and it looks like we have a Westwood player down. Well, I tell you what, there has been some hard hitting on the field. It's been a hot, humid night, so finally, I think these teams hold the snap. The kick is up, and it is no good. So the score will remain Westwood 40, SGA 27, and this one is pretty much in the history books, and a great start for the Westwood Wildcats for the 2011 football season, as they finished up last year with the Class A GIS. Oh, that's a dandy. It's going to back him up to the goal line, and they're going to run it up the field out to about the 24, 25-yard line. That's where SGA will set it up with 18.8 seconds left to go. And we had us a close battle with, I've lost track of the lead changes we had. I don't think you could ask, you know, and so got it out of the way early and ended up not harming it. Looked like they lined up in an I formation. They'll pitch it back to the tailback basically and run it around the end for pretty much no gain. And so the Flint River rivalry, which certainly brought its share of excitement here tonight, ends up pretty much with a yawn there as they try to sweep it for no gain, and the clock will run out, and the score will end up being 40-27 in favor of the Westwood Wildcats. We will come